Hi, I'm Chris Hanson from Karate Unity. In the beginning, we learn form, but at some point we need to break the form. We need to cross-train in grappling and striking arts, unite with others, travel, train, and teach internationally, express yourself, welcome and respect new ideas of others, blend them into your own. Liberate yourself. Welcome to the Karate Unity. Thanks for having me. So Les, Don, and Brian, amazing to be here. It is, let's see, it's a little after 7 in the morning here, 7:37 here in Canada. So I'll just tell you a quick little synopsis of who I am, and I'm going to jump right into it. So Chris Hanson, I'm 51 years old, born and raised here in Toronto, Canada. I live in a small town called Stouffville, which is about 45 minutes from the downtown core. Yeah, it's summertime now, and training's internal training's been good, like staying inside, but I can't wait for the province to open up and we can get started. But yeah, so I'm essentially a mixed stylist. I live and breathe karate. I started with Matsubayashi-ryu, Shorin-ryu, the Nagamine lineage. And I put in a lot of time in there, and then I ventured off into Kempo, which is a nice little mix. So I trained in that for another decade or two. And then over the last, say, 15 years, I've been cross-training in various other martial arts, built up a nice network of good friends and instructors, and just was fortunate enough to train different styles in combat sports. And right now I'm basically, I reside in an MMA gym where I get a chance to test out my physical abilities and just mix things up. So, all right. So today, so thanks, Brian, for the sweat. We're all, I'm sure we're all warmed up now. Our joints are all limber, and now I'm going to bring you guys down, and we're going to focus on ourselves. So, kata is a big part of our game, and there's all kinds of assets involved in kata. In terms of it's a bunkai tool set. Okay, it's a tool set for applicability. Okay, it gives you a good review of all your kihon. Okay, but I like to use it too as a meditation tool. So today we're gonna learn. So whatever I'm doing today, I know Les is taping it, but I'm also going to repurpose the video for this kata, for this form that I'm going to show you, and I'll put it up on YouTube and all the channels there with my explanation. So don't worry. We probably are not going to get through everything today because we only have a short period of time. I'm just timing myself right now. Okay, so here we go. It's a 16 move kata. It's really short. It's called the circular form. Okay, just a quick little thing. My Kempo instructor, the founder of this system here, he put this form together for me personally because he noticed, the way I move. He tailored it to my body mechanics and the way I process movement and stuff like that. So that alone kind of tells you the kind of instructor that I had. I highly recommend that if you are going to teach kata or use that as part of your syllabus, to kind of follow that kind of style in terms of the tailoring to your students. So anyway, so this is a 16 move kata. It's split into two parts really. The first part is 6 moves, 3 moves repeated forward and backward. And the next part is 10 moves, 5 moves repeated forward and backward. Okay, probably won't get through all that. Most likely we'll get through the first 6, but it's not so much the moves that are important, but the process, okay, that I use. Okay, and so we're going to learn it from the biomechanical point of view, and then we're going to pay attention to relaxing and flowing. We're going to pay attention to our balance and posture. And then, time permitting, actually, I'll make sure this, near the end, you guys are going to take the moves and freestyle with it. So you're going to just take it, stretch it out, make it shorter, move around, and not necessarily do it the way I just showed you. I want you to take it and amalgamate it into your own, make it yours. Okay, the shuhari. All right, so ready, guys? Let's do this. I'm going to get up off my chair here. And here we go. All right, so I'm just going to stay in the center here so I can see myself and you. Okay, so feet together. Thank you for joining us, guys. All right, so the first thing I like to do with these type of katas is I like to just stillness. So I like to stay here. And what I do is I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to stretch out my spine. Okay, so from the side point of view, see when I'm breathing, I'm breathing in and my spine is stretching. So I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to breathe out. I'm going to breathe out by tensing these muscles here in my dantian, and I'm going to push out all the breath, okay, and kind of push my hips forward. Shoulders back and down, chest out, okay? We do a bow, and when I bow, that's even meditative too. And there's a control piece here where I'm bowing and I'm slowly exhaling, and I'm crunching my abs, not too tight, but just enough to exhale some of that air, okay? So this is a breathing technique. So my back is straight. I'm taking a breath in. I'm stretching out my rib cage, okay, to kind of stretch out all those little joints. Breathe out right into my dantian and out this way, and then I tighten up my abs, and I breathe that out. Just exhale, just empty out the air like that. Okay, so that's, you can just try that just for a couple of reps. Take a breath in, stretch out your back, breathe out this way. Okay, so that's the beginning of the beginning. All right, now let's start. So from here, what I do is, this is called a circular form. So actually, before I start the form, there's a couple of prerequisite movements that you're going to need to know. And there's nothing new in this form. You've seen it in a lot of different other forms. Okay, I'm just checking my time here. Just want to make sure we are on time. Okay. Okay. So one move that you're going to need to know is this one. So your hands are up, circling down. Okay, hands are up and circling down. Now in terms of the amount of tension and continuity, you're kind of doing it at this speed all throughout the form. Okay, so you're going to be using this kind of speed, and you're just going to use just enough energy and muscle control to just get your limbs moving. Okay, and you want to think fluid. Okay, you want to think fluid. I use a lot of these movements to take the edge off of a rough day. I'm a school teacher, and it's a stressful job, to say the least, but I love it. And so I use these movements to stay in the now, and it's a healthy distraction, okay? There's breathing associated with this, but I'm not really worried about that. I'm just worried about the continuity. So that's that move, okay? There's another move here that you've probably seen a lot in all different forms, is from here, okay? You're gonna cross your hands, you're gonna bring it up, and then down. You're gonna hook it. You're gonna bring it right about here. Now you can hook in any way you want, okay? Depending on your style and system or what you feel like doing, okay? You can hook with this, okay? You can go like, Hungar, tiger style like that. You can hook with your fingers. I don't really care, it doesn't matter. You can hook this way, okay? But it's basically here and here, okay? Here and here, okay? So that's another move, okay? So far there's this one and this one, okay? Another move that you're gonna see in this form is this one here. This is the windmill, okay? Now this is just the alphabet, but you can change the windmill into these kind of motions, okay? But for now, just this, okay? Yeah, just keep that moving here. Just wanna see if I could see the rest of you guys to see how you guys are doing. I don't know if I could see you guys. Oh man, how do I do that? Anyway, I can't see, but anyway, I'll make sure that, okay, just keep moving. Good, okay. There's this one here. Another one now is this one here. So you're gonna scoop this one down. It doesn't matter which hand you use. You're gonna scoop this one down here like that, and this hand comes here. Then you're gonna come up. So it's like this. Okay. Yeah, and you kind of move your hip when you're doing that. I love this motion here when you're going down and up, down, and up. And we're not gonna talk about bunkai today, okay? These movements can get really dirty. And I use a lot of these in my striking and limb destruction and manipulation, okay? And that's for another video and another seminar. Okay, so you can try the other side, right? Yeah, like that, okay? Now these are the long versions, okay? Because this is just the form, but when you're actually applying it, they're much shorter, more aggressive, and quicker, okay? But this is just the alphabet of the form. That's how I like to look at kata. I like to look at kata as a biomechanical alphabet, okay? that allows you to explore different things. And when you look at it as an alphabet point of view, you can add things to it and make it meaningful. Okay. And then there's another movement where you're going to need to know. Okay. So it's basically from here, your hands are down here and you cross and you flip up. You're flipping up. Okay. So it's here. Okay. Okay. And those are the main ones. Okay. So now let's do the form. Okay. Let me just check the time. Okay. So we've got, good bit of time. All right. So feet together, stretch up the spine, breathe out. Okay. Now we're going to take our left leg, this leg over here. Okay. We're going to take our left leg and we're going to bring it out. Okay. And we're going to bring it out in a kind of like a kibadachi where your toes are in. Okay. And your knees are pinched inwards. It's kind of like a Wing Chun stance. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wing Chun, but I've done a bit of Wing Chun too. We've got this in our katas too. It doesn't really matter the stance really. What's important is the fact that you're dropping your weight. Okay. So from here, okay, we're going to use that circular motion we did in the beginning. Okay. Like this, and then drop. Okay. It's nice and smooth. Okay. Then we're going to bring it out. We're going to hook and bring it in. Okay. That's the opening move. Okay. So we're going to try it again. From here, we do the bow. We're going to scoop it up, bring it down, bring it out. We're going to hook and bring it in. Okay. Try it one more time. I want to see if I can, I'll do it with you, and then I want to see if I can see you. I'm not having very much luck looking at you guys, but I'm going to try on my screen in a second. So feet together, do the bow. Remember, exhale. Okay. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Okay. Okay. You can grab or you can just hook. Okay. Try that again. Try that opening sequence again. I want to just take a look and see if I could see you guys. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Very nice. Try it one more time. Right from the beginning. Okay. Robert, you're not moving. No? Okay. Good to see you, man. All right. Okay, now, okay, we're gonna try one more time, guys. So stillness and calmness, breaths, okay, your back is straight. Take a breath in. Remember to stretch that spine. Breathe out through your dantian and push your hips forward a little bit. It shouldn't be anything unnatural. It's very natural, actually. So you take a breath in, stretch out that spine. Remember, shoulders back and down, okay? Then breathe out. So as you're breathing out here, you're going to breathe out even further. So when you breathe out, then you're going to breathe out even further to empty the air. Like that, okay? Then you just come back to normal again, okay? Take a breath in, circle, nice circles. Remember these, there's all validity in these movements. I use these movements, I know I'm not supposed to talk about bunkai, but I use these little movements to pluck and get in, to redirect. I use all these movements and they're done in pairs, right? So to help you remember. It's just to me, this is all building muscle memories for good attributes when we actually have to use it. But today, that's not the focus. Okay, so let's try again. So here, breathe out, breathe in, hook, in here. Okay, let's try to move. Let's do now the first 6. So we're gonna do it in sets of 3. So I want you guys to think of left, right, left. Left is the first move, right is the second move. Left, right, and left. Okay, so we're gonna do it in 3s. Okay, so left, we're gonna take now our left foot right here, and we're gonna step forward right in, kind of like a cat stance. So here, like that. Okay, so try that here. Okay, here. So we're gonna go 1, 2. Okay, and we're kind of like in a hanmei kibadachi, kind of like a half kibadachi, or a pinch stance, like that, this pinch goat riding stance from Wing Chun. It doesn't really matter, okay? But you're sinking down, okay? And I like this stance because, again, posturally, it keeps your back straight. And so when you keep that hip forward, okay, it automatically forces all your spine to kind of straighten up. So it's a beautiful exercise to kind of relax and strengthen out your back. Okay, so basically it's like this. Okay, so you bow, you go 1, nice circle. It's got to be nice and smooth. 1, 3. Your left now leads. Here it's nice. It's a circle, and you shoot out. Okay, like that. So it's this motion over here. Okay, so it's 1, 2. Okay, so that's 1. That's left. Now your right side comes in, and you shoot out here, and you're on an angle again. 2. Let's try that again. So you do the bow, you go 1, 2, 3. Here, here, right. Okay, now this is my favorite move. So you're on an angle. The favorite move, it's very circular, and we did this earlier on. So we scoop down like that, scoop down, around, hook, and now from here, you're gonna turn your body, okay, and you're gonna move in this way. And okay, so you're gonna turn your body like this. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat this movement a few times. Okay, and I want you to see what I'm doing with my feet. Okay, so what I'm doing with my feet. So once you're here, you're hooking. Okay, then okay, try that. Okay, it's a little pivot. This is what you're doing with your foot. Okay, and what you're gonna do now from here, once you have this, you're gonna turn now. Okay. Okay, so try that again. Let me check the time. What, 20 minutes left? Okay, let's take it from the top. So feet together. Re, so we're breathing out. Take a breath in. And scoop left. Right. Left, down, up. Now from here, you're circling, okay? You're grabbing onto a limb if you want to think about that, okay? Here, and you're turning, okay? You're turning. And now from here, you're going to repeat all those 3. So it's going to go from here. You're going to go, okay, so from here, you're going to go like this. 1, 2, down, and 3. Then you go circle back and circle back. Okay, and that's the first set. Okay, so we're gonna try it again. Okay, those are the 6 moves. That's part 1. Okay, we're gonna see how we do. If we can kind of get that on a biomechanical level, then we'll move on to the next. Okay, and there's 10 more moves after this, but that's not important. What's important is the process. Okay, so let's set a goal. Let's try to get those 6 nailed down, and then I'm gonna step you through all the different aspects of it. Okay, in terms of how to relax, how to be fluid, the balance and posture piece, and the freestyling. What I'd like to see at the end is I'd like to see you take these moves and just freestyle with it, okay? And I'll show you how I do that. And I love doing that. I love taking all the katas and, putting in some boxing, knees, elbows. I like to manipulate things. I like to slice and dice the kata, stretch it out, make it smaller, change my footwork. That's, to me, that's what it's designed for. It's a toolbox, and we take it out of the box and we use it, okay? So this is just the alphabet. So let's try it again, guys. All right, so feet together. Stretch out that spine. Take a breath in to stretch out your back, okay? Shoulders back and down. Breathe out. Exhale some of that air. Okay, and here we go. Nice and fluid. Let's try it. I'm gonna cue you through it, okay? So circle down. Okay, pinch those legs, down. 1, here, and hook, okay? Good. Now we're gonna opening move. So I'm gonna count that as 1 now. Ready? 1, step in left, and circle, okay? So it's here, okay? You're on an angle. 2, now you're gonna scoop this way, and you're gonna use, see, when you bring your foot in here, there's that, your foot is moving like a circle too. This is called circular form because everything you're doing is a circle. See, for example, this is a circle, okay? Here's a circle. Okay, so that's the first move. So let's take it to here. Everybody go into this spot. 1, okay? Now 2, you're gonna take this leg, which is your right leg, and you're gonna scoop. You're gonna scoop here, okay? And you're gonna shoot out. It's kind of like doing a middle block, but you're doing it with your open hand, okay? And you're keeping this hand over here, okay? Then you're gonna scoop down and turn. This is my favorite move because it allows me to stay fluid. So from here, I'm turning here, okay? So as you can see, I'm turning my hip, using this hand too, see? It's a circle. So I turn my hip, then I turn out, turn my hip and out. So it's one movement here, like that, okay? So down, here I hook the hand, okay? And I come in, and I turn this way. So now see, this movement here now allows you to set up for the next one. So it's here, windmill, and you shoot up. So I'm basically doing this on the other side. I'm doing this on the other side, okay? I'm doing this on the other side. I'm doing it this side. Okay, so from here, I'm going here. And then I'm gonna step in with my left now. I'm gonna shoot out this way. What I'm doing on the other side is I'm doing this. I'm repeating the same thing as I did in the beginning. Okay, so I turn, then here. 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, down. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time and I'm gonna see how you guys do it. Okay, let me just check the time. Okay, I got about, says about 21 minutes left. Okay, less if I'm going overtime, let me know, but according to my timer, I got about 20 minutes or so. Okay, so feet together. Take a breath in, down, open, and here. Okay, now 1. Okay, that's left. Right, 2, 3. Okay, now we're gonna do 3 the other way. 1, 2, 3. Then we circle from here. Okay, keep the weight down, then we circle from here. So once we do that, there's a little bit of fudging. Okay, we have a lot of that in kata when we're striking. So there's this little movement here, and then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this hand up here. See this hand and this leg, circle, circle. Okay, so that's the first part of that set. Okay, let's see you do it. Okay, so try it out on your own. Let's see what you got. Nice, Don. All right. Yes, Ben. Hey, Ian, good job. Nice. Yeah, there you go. I immediately see different influences from all your different teachers, which is beautiful. Not everyone's going to be doing it the same way, and I don't expect that at all. So that's really nice. Good job. All right. Do it one more time on your own, guys, and then I'm going to step you through some finer points. People are doing it outside too. Very nice. Woo, I'm jealous. I want to be outside. Aisha, hey Fujani, hey Rachel. Wow, it's a big turnout. Hey Kieran. All right. Okay, let's get back into it. I'm going to take a quick water break. Okay, let's aim for those 6. Let's just polish off those 6. Okay, so we'll do one more time, and then I'm going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to see. We're going to move on. Okay. All right. So let's feet together. So everybody, if we can come together, let's do it together. Okay. So feet together. Okay. Take a breath in. Stretch out that spine, and then breathe out. Breathe all out. Empty it out. Okay. Good. Okay. Now take a breath in. Bring it down. I don't really care whether your left is over your right or your right is over left. Doesn't matter. What the important part is, you're scooping up some air. Okay, that's the intention anyway. You're scooping up and then you're bringing it down. Okay, you're scooping it out in here. Okay, it's a connectivity piece. It's nice and smooth and it's one continuous motion. So from here, from the beginning, like once you guys get proficiency in this, and once again, this is one way of doing it. You can use this kind of rhythm and tempo and biomechanics for any kata, for anything you want to do. Okay. So I like to sometimes, it's a challenge too. I like to keep the same pace and the breath all throughout, because it kind of, especially if I've had a bad day, okay, because it forces me to be cognizant of consistency in my movement and in my breath. Okay, so for example, let's try it. So I'm going to keep one continuous pace where and one continuous kind of motion. So it's going to look like this. Try it with me. Ready? Get together. Take a breath in. So the cycle begins right now. Down. Hook. One continuous motion. 2. Scoop down here. Turn. Okay, now you repeat it on the other side. 1. Okay. 2. Down. Around. Okay, and then turn. Step up. Step up. Okay, and then you bow. Okay, that's the first set. Okay. All right. Let's see what you got. Try it. And then I'll give you some fine points after, okay? Let's go. Looking good. Okay. We'll come back. Now, not to worry if you're not getting the moves exactly. I mean, we've got a lot of constraints here in terms of time and also just position-wise too. I mean, I'm not there to watch you and show you, right? And so don't worry about any of this stuff. Just try to pick up what you can, even if it's 1 or 2 small things that you've gotten from this, or even if it's a review. It's all good, man. I'm also going to put everything up on YouTube, okay? So later. Okay, so we've got a bit of time. I think we've got about 10 to 15 minutes left, okay? Les, please call it if I'm going a little over time, but according to my time, I got about 15 minutes. Okay, so let's do some fine tuning, okay? So from here, we do the bow, right? And we breathe out, okay? And the mental piece that I like to keep is I like to just totally focus on what I am doing at the moment. I totally blank out everything, okay? I try to blank out as I just stay in the now. Okay, so right now, my mind is thinking of my feet. Okay, I'm aware of the weight on my feet. Okay, next, my mind now is telling me, my intentionality is to take a breath in, and I'm straightening out my spine, and I'm imagining all the joints, my L2, L3, L4. I'm imagining all of that stretching out. Okay, stretching out, breathing out. I'm imagining my hips kind of pushing out, and I'm exhaling. And then I'm imagining now my spine turning and stretching. This is a turn in and stretch. Turn, like tilting, I mean. Breathing out. Okay, so just that intentional piece, keep that in mind. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, and then so in this iteration of the kata, I want you guys to pay attention to the continuity and flow of the movement. Okay, so you want to keep the motion going. It's like water. Okay, you want to just stay fluid. Okay, so this is how it's going to go. So let's try it. So let's go like here, down. And then, now, as soon as this is done, you're preparing your next move. So as soon as this is over here, you're going to start moving this leg. So here, then you're going to go in. Okay, so it's one continuous flow from here. Okay, now as soon as you've planted this hand over here, okay, as soon as you planted this hand, you're going to move now this hip. So here, and see, you're going to turn. So here, and now this already is setting up for that turn. So you're turning, see, you're turning, and you're keeping your weight down. Then you're going here, here, and out. Okay, so you're in a pinch stance or hanme kipadachi. I don't really care about the stance. You're just dropping your weight. Okay, so from here, here. Okay. closed, open, doesn't really matter. You just want your wrist aligned over here and over here, okay? And your hands are gonna change depending on the application anyway. So just think about the big motions here for now. Okay, then from here now, this is setting up for the next move. So from here, you're setting up. What you're gonna do now from here, this hand is gonna circle out again. So everything's a circle here, and you're turning your hips, see, like this. You're going down, going out, you're hooking, see, you're turning, and now you're gonna whip this leg across right in front of you, like that, okay? Just like that. So you're gonna, see, you're gonna hook, and you're kind of guiding from here, boom. Now this is swinging into the next move. So from here, you're moving, carrying, opening up. Then from here, you're opening up your hip again. Okay, you're doing the same move in the other way. Then down, open, hook, turn, 1, 2, that's it, okay? Try it again, and then what I'm gonna do is I think we'll just give you just these, and then I wanna just finish up with a quick little, I wanna see you guys do some freestyling of this, and I'll show you how I freestyle. So go ahead, try that set one more time, go for it. Fast, slow it down, nice and slow, super, super slow. Slow, guys. Old Chinese guy in the park, slow. I can see that. Nice and slow. Okay, now, got about 10 minutes left. Do I got 10 minutes? Am I good or what?
You're always 20 minutes, right? You got about 7 minutes about.
7 minutes? Okay, no problem. Okay, 7 minutes. All right, fine. Okay, 7 minutes. Here we go. All right, so here's some of the things, some fine tips. Okay. So like I said earlier, a lot of these movements are from different kind of katas. Okay. A coaching tip. My coach, my sensei. Okay. He basically pulled all of these movements from various other katas that he studied, okay, and he comprised it based on my body mechanics, my style, and the way he's seen me over the years, how I like to move. You know, I personally, because I'm a smaller person, my limbs move in shorter space, right? I'm very kind of compact, right? Now, you can make adaptations to any of this, okay? And which leads me to my next point now is the freestyling of it all, okay? How you can unpack it out of the box. So, you know, one of my biggest pet peeves in when I see kata performed is, you know, I see kata performed exactly the way it was taught in the beginning, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but I have a pet peeve when it comes to personalizing it. To me, that's not personalization. Personalization means you're taking it, you're getting rid of some things that you can't process, and you're keeping things that you want to use, okay? And you can always revisit the things you've discarded at another time, because trust me, as time moves on, you're gonna find use for everything anyway, okay? So this type of, you know, add, change, and delete process needs to happen, and we're gonna do this right now, okay? So let's check it out, okay? So before we freestyle, I just wanna make sure that you get some of these movements proper, okay? So when you're doing the scooping, okay, again, you're taking a breath in, okay, and it's out. Okay, your elbows are in, okay, then you're hooking, okay? Now, when you're doing that scooping motion here, this motion here, I like to use the hip to kind of guide the hand. So it's kind of like this, okay? So from here, I'm using my hip, right? I'm dropping, using my hip, and I'm going out, okay? Yeah. Okay, and then again, I'm using my hip here, out. Using my hip again, boom. Okay, here. Okay, to guide. Using my hip again. Okay, my hip and my hip, nice in circles. Okay. Okay, now, last couple of minutes, we're gonna do a bit of freestyling. Now, what I mean by that is I'm gonna take any aspect of the form, throw it into my game, and play with it with dynamic footwork, okay? So the footwork we used today was kind of like we're stepping out. It's very static, right? But the idea is to drop, okay? And when we're scooping up, when we're doing this, the idea is to like angle off, okay? Here, okay? But there's nothing stopping us when we're freestyling to move, okay? And so what I want you to do is take any move. You can take a sequence of them. You can take even one move and throw it into a mix of kind of like a shadow boxing kind of thing, and you're just moving around freely, okay? So this is my expression of it. Let me just give an example, and then I want to see your expression of it, okay? So this is what I do, and I usually use this after some hard training, some hard weights, or some heavy-duty striking and sparring and this and that. I usually do this to wind down my day, or I'll just use it at the end of the day, you know, when everyone's gone to sleep and you know, my kids my kids gone to sleep and, you know, there's quiet. I use this to bring myself down. And this is what I do. Sometimes I'll just take the one move and I'll just kind of, you know, and sometimes I'll just move with it. I'll move with it like this. Okay, I'll change it around, and I'll just let it flow. Let it take a mind of its own, right? And I'll just kind of flow, add in different things. Okay, change, right? And what I'm doing right now is I'm just letting the energy flow through me, okay? And this is just a step where this is when I want to just unwind. But later on, if I want to keep it combative, then I'll throw in all kinds of strikes in there. And I'm still using that circle piece. So for example, if I want to move hands and clear limbs, you know, I'm using this, but in a very short, abbreviated kind of, you know, way to get in and throw knees or whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna freestyle, and I want you to freestyle too. Okay, just go. Okay, start moving, changing. You can add in some crashes, some strikes if you want, and just go. Okay, let's see, and that's it. Go for it. I want to see how you mix it all up. There you go. Flow. Let yourself go. Try not to stay static. Big problem we have when we do kata, it's all like a whole bunch of static moves. We need to flow. Just go. Let it go. It's a mindset. That's it. All right, let's bring it together. And I want to say thanks for having me, Les. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to train with you guys too. So whoever's up, I think Don and Les, and we're going to do some stuff. But so that's it. Now there's 10 other moves, and I'll put that on a video for you guys. Just some closing remarks. I look at from a mental health point of view. Okay, as you can see right now, there was no bunkai in there, although I did mention some bunkai later. Okay, but basically I use from a, how could I say, from a meditation point of view, I focus on the biomechanics. I focus on relaxing my shoulders, bringing my breath down, okay? The flow and continuity of it all. I'm constantly trying to keep my balance and posture in a stable condition, meaning I'm trying not to be, as I'm moving, I try not to get off balance. But when I do get off balance, like so when I'm freestyling, because sometimes that happens, you're gonna get hit and shoved, okay? It's important to self-correct. So that's why you see, if you keep doing all these static movements in kata, just the way statically, you're not gonna learn how to self-correct and stuff. Well, mind you, you're gonna spar and stuff and do your live drilling. That'll help you. But I'm just saying, why not do that solo? So your solo representation of your kata be fluid, okay? And messy, okay? So when I'm moving around, like, I'm not thinking, like, right now you guys are in a stage where you're kind of picking up what I'm doing, and you're kind of, you're hesitating and stuff because you're learning. Well, that's fine, right? And you're trying to figure out what I'm doing, okay? But later on, you got to just flow, okay? And sometimes you get into these sticky positions, you just kind of, like, let's just say if your legs are crossed, you know, and you're trying to move, you just move. If you're body's going this way, then you just go that way. Okay. And then the last thing is the freestyling piece, where you have a right, okay, to take whatever anyone's given you and make it yours. Okay. And your teachers or whatnot should allow you to do that. That's how my teachers allowed me. Okay. You are a free range chicken. You got to do what you got to do, man. Shuhari, baby. Okay. We learn, adapt, and we let go. And that's how you learn. And then, you know, whatever you've let go, you could always bring back, you know, with a different lens, and make it yours. So that's how I meditate with kata. And one last tip, as a challenge, sometimes what I do is I try to keep a consistent flow all throughout. And trust me, that's tough, because when you have a bad day or things are in your mind spinning in your head, you're thinking about what that boss said to you, or that employee, what they said to you, or something you said with your spouse or your kid said to you. It's moving in your head. So you just blank all that out, and you try to, like, let's just say for the first 2 moves, you know, this one and this one, you try to keep the same consistency. It's just, so some of you, I notice when you're going kind of fast, you just kind of all throughout, you maintain that motion, even to the next set here, you maintain that motion. And what that's going to do is going to help you focus and blank out all that crap that's in your head that's going through your mind for the day. You're just focusing in and out. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thanks, Les. And I'm done.
Thank you very much, Chris.